What's going on, family? Welcome to the P.A.S.S podcast, where we prevail against self-sabotage. Proudly sponsored by Project Icon. I'm your host, Mo Nelson. Let's go!
Too long and you had went against that grain. Had to go and get that fade. Waiting on visitation today.
What's going on, family? Mo Nelson checking in with that P.A.S.S podcast, where we prevail against self-sabotage. Special thanks to my sponsors, Project Icon and Sakurat Clothing. You keep me fresh. Today's guest, they call her the Lady of the Light. I'm talking about a woman that knows how to transfer pain into power, trauma into transformation. She's a licensed mental health therapist, a healer, and proof that love can be rebuilt what life tried to tear down. Family, let's give it up, Miss Colleen. How you doing, Miss Colleen? Good, feeling good?
Yes, I am.
Glad it's good to have you, and glad you graced the
Thank you
P.A.S.S podcast show. It means a lot.
for allowing me to be here. I appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome. And where you coming from?
Thank you to all of you.
And where you coming from?
Right now,
Yeah.
over in St. Pete.
St. Pete Beach, right?
Yep.
Okay, how was the drive?
It was good. There's a little bit of traffic, but it was good.
Yeah, that Florida traffic, that Bay Area traffic, something else I'm already knowing. I already know.
It's true.
So let's jump right into it. So before we get deep, I gotta ask. Before we get deep, we ain't deep there. We just put our toes in the water, girl, before we get deep.
I knew.
All right, I gotta ask though.
Go ahead.
What does being a lady of light mean to you personally?
Well, it's actually kind of funny because I didn't give myself that name.
Really?
One of my followers did. I get messages all the time, and there's this one follower who just constantly is calling me a Lady of Light. And so I thought to myself, I like that. That resonates with me. I feel good with that. But what it actually means to me, and I think the reason why it's so important because somebody else gave it to me, is because I believe in the idea and the value of light. I believe in the idea and value of changing, darkness into light. I believe in being that higher version of ourselves. And to do that, we have to create light. If we don't have that light, then we won't be able to feel that type of genuine feeling and power to give to other people.
No, I like that. So in regards to light, 'cause I want to really dive in on the word light and the significance of it. Tell the audience, like, what do you mean by light? Because light can signify wisdom, guidance, direction.
Well, I think it's important to understand also there's a duality, right? You have a shadow and you have light.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't have one without the other.
Okay, that's true.
And a lot of what I've been through in my life has been very much darkness and shadow. There's been trauma, there's been pain, there's been abuse. And I have been blessed enough and given the grace of God to be able to turn all of that into something bright, big, and beautiful, which is this great big light. And I get to share this light with like everyone else who I talk to, who I meet, just even connecting with anyone. One of my passion is, and my purpose, I believe, is to help others heal their hearts.
Okay.
And to do that, they have to first understand that it's okay to be in the darkness and it's okay to be in the shadows. That's how we get to the light.
Right. Before there was light, there was darkness first, right?
Exactly.
Got you. Girl, I see your light shining right now, Miss Colleen. I see you, girl. All right. You call yourself the alchemist.
Yes.
All right. Someone who turns pain into purpose. When did you first realize you had that gift?
When I was young, it's interesting because my friends would always come to me whenever there was an issue or a problem, or I was always trying to be in the middle of trying to figure things out. Even as a child, I was the middle child.
Okay.
So I was always trying to help and trying to, get my brother and sister to get along and things like that. I don't know. And then there was a lot of trauma and stuff in my life. And then I became a school teacher. And when I became a school teacher, something changed in me. Um, seeing those kids' lives, like their eyes light up,
Yeah.
when they learn something, when they can see something, I started realizing that I have the power with my words to bring that on. I have the power within my words to change a person's perspective on
Right,
something.
right.
So people or kids rather, who hated history, okay,
Hmm.
because I was a history teacher for 10 years.
Okay.
Um,
You
kids who
fit the
hate
bill, by the way. Hey, you
Hey,
fit the bill, yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna
And nah, it's a
say
compliment.
thank you.
You look like a teacher. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I taught high school, over here at Lato,
Okay.
Hillsboro,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I'm
Tampa Bay
familiar.
Tech.
Yeah.
So, but I've had so many of my students basically, who hated history, who has now become history teachers.
Mm. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And
What a turnaround.
when that started happening, I started wanting to do that more. And then the next thing that happened is, because of them, it was because of my kids that I had when I was teaching for the
Hmm.
10 years. I went and got my master's degree and started doing counseling. And I say counseling found me. I did not find it.
Hmm.
Because, a lot of people say you're an attorney or you're a teacher or you're a nurse. I'm just me. I'm just
Gotcha.
me. The
Gotcha.
the profession that I'm in, I literally fell into because I didn't change anything about me to be here.
Gotcha.
One of my professors one time said to me, he said, Colleen, you have something that books can't teach.
What's that?
And he said, you have compassion,
Mm.
you have empathy,
Yeah,
and no book is going to be able to teach you that.
I love that.
And and then, I mean, from the time I graduated until now, that's what I've been doing,
Yeah.
is just helping other people heal.
Yeah, those are two very essential components of humanity, which I believe. And empathy is actually one of the components of emotional intelligence. So definitely feel you on that. I like that. I like that. Well, you spoke about trauma. Do you mind taking us down memory lane a little bit? Like what kind of trauma you face?
Actually, so I feel like I've lived 1,000 lifetimes, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
More than a cat.
More than a cat.
All right.
There's been multiple different things. I was in a really abusive relationship,
Okay.
where he actually ended up going to prison for murdering his second wife.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I was in a car accident where I couldn't walk for 2 years.
Oh,
Um,
hold on. Let's retract for a little bit. Let's get back to the murder of the second wife. You knowing that, how did you sleep at night? How were you comfortable sleeping next to this individual knowing that that's what he went to prison for?
I didn't. I was his first wife,
Okay. Oh, that happened after.
and
Oh, I'm about to say, okay,
yeah,
oh,
no,
yeah,
no, no.
okay, all
I
right.
divorced him.
I'm just checking. I'm letting you know you had me words got in my head. I'm worried. All right, let's
No,
go. All right.
God, no.
Yeah, that's a little scary. You had me. You know what I'm saying? All
No,
right, go ahead. I'm
no.
sorry.
But
So you in a car accident?
yeah, no, and the car accident, so interesting again, is that the car accident actually saved my life
Really?
by taking away my life for 2
Mm.
years.
What do you mean by that? I got something to piggyback off that, but I want you to elaborate. What do you mean about that?
Mm. Because of the car accident, I had just had my firstborn, Gabrielle, and
Mm,
so when I had her 2 months after I had the car accident, and then after that, I wasn't able to really walk. I wasn't able to walk for 2 years, I mean,
mm,
bottom line.
really?
So, I wasn't able to take care of her, and what ended up happening is I was living in North Carolina with her father,
Mm-hmm.
who is the one who went to prison.
Okay.
And I ended up coming here to Tampa, Florida to be with my parents to help me take care of my child.
Got you.
That's what got me away from him.
Got you. Got you. But I want you to elaborate. How did the car accident change your life for the better, though? Because it's something I'm looking for.
Okay, so two things.
All right.
Two things. When I had the car accident, um, the first thing is it did get me away from the husband who went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
So that saved my life together, right there. The other thing, though, is I lost everything. I
Mm.
lost everything. At first, it was physical, and for me, physical was everything because I was a runner, I was a swimmer, I was in the Marine Corps. I did everything,
Mm.
and whenever I would have a hard time or whenever I would feel sad or even just lonely, I would go and I would run. And I would run and I would just run. And it would feel so great and so wonderful. So once the physical part was taken away, all of a sudden the mental started hitting. And then the mental part was now really hard for me because emotionally for I wasn't able to do anything. One time I sneezed and they had to have the ambulance come get me
Off a sneeze?
because my whole body spasmed up.
Oh man.
So when I tell you I wasn't able to do anything, my mom had to get into the shower with me to actually wash my hair because I couldn't raise my arms above my head because my muscle
Mm.
spasms were so bad.
Mother's love, right? Oh,
I I'm very grateful,
yeah.
very, very grateful to my family for everything that they've done for me.
No, that's amazing.
Um, and, one of the things I think that happened during that time frame is I learned spiritually. 'Cause everything was broken down. I
Mhm.
was God, why did this happen? Like, if you loved me, this would never have
Yeah.
happened, you
Yeah.
know?
We all been there. Trust me, we all been there.
What I
Right.
realized is I became stronger from that
I love
than
that.
anything else than I've been through, and it has made me and shaped me into the person I am today. I fully believe that.
You know what, Colleen? It's funny that you mentioned that because I had made a post, and there's some people out there, y'all kind of ridicule me, talking about y'all disagree and all that. But I still stand firmly on my statement. I said that I feel that every person walking the planet Earth should go to prison or have a near death experience. And the reason being is because once once you encounter those two circumstances, you begin to not take life for granted. You understand
Exactly
that we're
right.
all on borrowed time. We're not entitled to anything. And the things that we I don't want to say cherish, but have a negative emotion, for lack of better terms, attachment to,
Mhm.
it can be taken away from us. Like basically, don't get too big, don't get too high, don't get too low. Be grateful, but never get too big for your bridges because
Right.
it could be eradicated within the drop of a dime. In prison, that's what it done for me. Even at 16, I realized as an American, I have freedom. I have certain perks
Yes.
and availability that everybody across the planet doesn't have.
Correct.
But I didn't know that. But when my freedom got stripped away, it's like I know what it's like to not have my freedom to be able to eat what you want, take a shower when you want, like the basic necessities that we take for granted each and every day.
Yes.
I mean, you couldn't even walk. You could barely lift your head, your hands above your head. You had to have assistance just to wash your hair. Now you can do it perfectly fine. I'm sure now you probably are grateful. You find yourself grateful even in the shower. Like, dang, I'm glad I'm able to wash my own hair with this Head and
I
Shoulders, right?
think about that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel
Not
you.
shoulder
And
about
so,
that a lot.
we should have mentioned it because they ain't paying us a dime for shouting them out, man. That's free marketing. Ease up, Head and Shoulders. They thank me later. But no, on all seriousness, I definitely I agree with that wholeheartedly. But do you agree with my perspective on it?
Yes, that's why I say there has to be, light and shadow. You have to know. It's like when people talk to me about, oh man, I didn't get this job or I didn't get that job or I failed at this or I failed at that. And I'm like, okay, and? And they're like, what do you mean end? I'm like, and what did you do next?
Yeah,
And they're like, well, I didn't do it at all anymore. And I'm like, why not? Why?
yeah, it's crazy.
Failure is just the first step to success.
Mhm.
We all fail.
Feel-
We all fail. It's time to make that normalized because you can't have failure or you can't have success without failure.
Love the fact.
Because who's going to appreciate the success more?
I love it. But so tell me, tell the audience, how do you deal with your failure? How do you transition that failure to a success or a positive? Like, give us some techniques.
Well, okay. Actually, one of the things I do, and this is what I do with my clients all the time, is I tell them, whatever happened is for a purpose. Everything is for a purpose, everything's for a reason. Don't look at it as good or bad, but understand it's for a lesson because everything that happens to us is happening for us.
Mm.
And that's a hard thing for people to understand. And I get it. I've been homeless. I've not been able to walk. I was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney failure 4 years ago. I mean, I get it. I get it. When you're in that area, when you're in that time frame where you're the lowest of the low that you think you can possibly get, let me tell you something. When your soul is broken in two, that is when God comes to you.
Mm. Power. I love it. I love it. All
And
right.
that's what he wants.
I got you. All right. So, what's the biggest misconception people have about healing?
About healing,
Healing, yes.
I see everything as timelines.
Meaning?
This is gonna get me in trouble, but I see everything as timelines. So we have a higher version of ourselves. Okay. So if something doesn't come to us, if we get rejected, okay, if our boyfriend cheats on us or girlfriend cheats on us
Yeah.
or our significant other cheats on us, okay, we need to look at that and say thank you. That's a gift
And why is that? Dive
because
into it.
we're being plucked out of that situation for our protection. So if we would have stayed with a significant other who cheated on us,
Mhm.
okay, without knowing it, do you think that would have gotten better over time or worse over time?
Worse.
Exactly. So when we find out about it, that's God telling you, "Hey, Mo, you did what you had to do here. Now we're taking you out of this. Now we're taking
Gotcha.
you out of this because
Gotcha.
this is not your purpose that I have created for you. This is just distraction. This is just wasting your time."
Yeah.
Here's a question. Have you gone throughout your career now? Okay. Have you had significant others who maybe wanted to have your time to where you couldn't do this or you weren't able to build yourself?
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. Because of my limited adult experience, remember, I got out at the age of 29. Went in at 16, got out at 29. So because of that, I haven't had a lot of relationship experience. Only had two girlfriends since I've been home. And the
Okay.
two that I had, they never did what you just conveyed to me. But I get what you're saying though. But I just never personally experienced that because of the limited years I've been free
How
as an
about
adult.
people in your life?
Now, people, yes. People, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, people, yes. I have
You've seen people
invested
drop off.
a lot. And when they drop off,
That's what I'm
I
talking about.
feel used because I invested so much time in that particular individual, male and female. And at the end of the day, I didn't get my ROI and the return on investment. And not nothing monetary, but I didn't get the appreciation or I noticed that I was spending all this time, around you trying to suffice a problem within you
You're
to where I was
helping.
neglecting myself and not hitting my goals.
Eh,
I'm internally quarreling with myself because I know I'm not hitting my benchmark. I'm not getting things done with myself because I'm spending so much time with you. So yes, I definitely have experienced that quite a few times in my
So
life.
when that happens, though, do you get upset or do you look at it and say, "Thank you, God"?
Well, I get upset with myself that I allowed it to go on this long, but I do wake up because everybody in life needs some type of form of course correction. And that's my course correction when I realize, you know what, I'm just spending too much time and it's not productive. And like I said, we can't take life for granted. Everybody's on borrowed time. From the moment we're born from the womb, everybody's on borrowed time.
You're
Some
exactly
sooner
right.
than others, but nobody's here for eternally. So we need to utilize our time wisely. And when I don't utilize my time wisely, I feel, a guilty conscience. I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be using my time a little more wiser than how I'm spending it right now. So
So
yeah.
why guilty?
because I know, especially for me, getting out at the age of 29, I know my dash is not too much. I got a certain amount of time, at least for myself, that I want to be at in life. And I just really don't have time to waste. So I take my time seriously and always make sure that I'm always having some type of movement forward. Now, there are times where you should relax,
Yes. You have to
wind
relax.
down,
You have to
meditate,
exactly.
just stop
Yep.
all in general and just let the world be still internally. But even with that, that's progression. So I always want to be in progression instead of regressing, if that makes
May
sense.
I say
Yeah, go
something
ahead.
real quick? Um, how many people in prison did you help?
A lot, Colleen. I really did. By being the light, as you alluded to with yourself. A lot.
So could it be that maybe God put you there
Yeah, oh,
on purpose so that you could be able to help those
yeah,
people?
definitely. Now, my prison sentence was a purpose. I definitely agree with you with that.
Then
We'll talk
why are
about that.
you feeling guilty for not being anywhere further than you are? Like what I don't understand that.
It's just because sometimes, Colleen, I don't spend my time the best that I know I should be doing.
So do better.
Exactly.
That's
That's what
it.
I'm saying. That's my course correction. That's why, and when I recognize that I do better, then I have to subtract myself and get back on course
Without the guilt and the blame.
without it getting blame. Okay.
So what I tell all my clients, and because this to me is so important, and I think it's because I really never felt safe
Mm-hmm.
in my own skin,
Mm.
my own environments,
Yeah.
is, you know, anything that happens, as long as we look at it without judgment and blame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I tell my clients, like, you could tell me that you ate an entire cheesecake last night and I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to blame you.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me that you drank the bar under the table and I'm not going to judge you and I'm not going to blame you. You can tell me that you went to prison for, doing whatever and I'm not going to judge you and I'm not going to blame you
Mm-hmm.
because that's not for me to do. I am not the one to give judgment. And I am by far the person who should blame anyone. My life's been a total crazy show. And, with the things that have
Being
happened
honest.
in my life, honestly,
Yeah.
what is that saying about throwing the stones like the glass house and throwing
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stones?
I forgot. Yeah. Throwing stones at the glass house. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
and that would be me. Or the pot calling the kettle black. Like, that would be me. Like,
Yeah.
who am I?
Yeah.
That's not to me. That's God. That's the universe. That's
got you.
everybody else.
Understood.
But the thing is when we sit and we think about things that we do, and I did a story on this not too long ago, and it was about we always say we're proud of everybody else, and it's we would say we're proud of our family, we're proud of our children, we're proud of our friends. Like if our friends did something, we're so proud of you.
Yeah.
You did such a great job. When's the last time we looked in the mirror and said we're proud of ourselves?
I like that. You need
When
those
did that
affirmations. You need those
when did
self-affirmations.
that become a shameful thing to do?
Yeah.
Loving yourself is not shameful.
Sometimes when my energy is a little low, I'm on a low vibration, I do something similar to that. I give myself positive affirmations
Good.
because as me being a very ambitious individual, I'm trying to constantly perpetually ascend.
Right.
And sometimes when I feel like I'm being stagnant or I don't obtain the results that I desire for that particular day or that moment, sometimes I can get a little down. And that is a sense of being ungrateful because not being grateful for how far I have came. So sometimes I recharge myself by giving myself those positive affirmations of telling yourself, hey, I'm proud of you. You are great. You are awesome. And I encourage you, if that's something that you're dealing with, a little stagnation, feeling a little down, give yourself those positive affirmations. It does work. It definitely will recharge you and give you another sense of umph. Should I?
I actually have a technique for that.
Huh? Yeah, tell
I
me.
can tell
us.
you and everybody else if that's okay.
Yeah.
So what I tell all my clients, and actually what I've done in my lifetime as well, when I'm feeling the lowest, I tell everyone to go get a whiteboard marker
Mhm.
and on your bathroom mirror, because everyone's in their bathroom 1,000 times a day,
Right.
on your bathroom mirror, write, I am whatever. I am beautiful. I am strong. This too shall pass. Like this is, I am worthy. Take something that somebody has told you in the past. Like, for instance, like someone tells you that you have pretty hair or you have pretty eyes, but you don't really believe them,
Mm.
and put that up there. You know, I have pretty eyes. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am strong. And the more and more that when you go into the bathroom, the more and more what's going to happen psychologically is it's going to connect. We're actually going to connect.
Mm.
And that message of when we go to the bathroom, even before we even think about going into the door, we're already going to be thinking, I am worthy.
Mm. And what does
Because
that do for us? I want you to explain that. Does it help you move different, perform
oh,
better? Like what?
definitely. Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen it with all my clients,
Yeah.
and I love it. Do it for 1 week, just 1 week, and see what happens. I
Mm.
promise you, it'll be amazing. The transformation in you will be amazing.
Yeah, I can attest to that. You're definitely right.
Oh, it's,
The
you know, our brain doesn't know the difference between real and imaginary.
Mm.
So that's why when, like, if you ever think about it, when you're sitting there and you're watching a movie, right, a horror movie.
Mm.
I don't watch those. But when you're sitting there and you're watching a horror movie,
Yeah.
what ends up happening, you know, when someone jumps out at you on the screen, you're going to jump. Like, you're going to get scared. You're going to jump. And you're sitting there and you know that's a screen.
Mm.
You're sitting on your couch eating your popcorn. You know, nothing's coming out at you. But our brain doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Our brain connects to the fact of, I'm watching this. So to me, this is reality.
Mm.
So a lot of people, what they think is reality is just a perspective. So it's a perspective. So for instance, you know, like if somebody growing up, if they were told that they were, I don't know, if they were told they were fat, okay,
Mhm.
and you know, doggone right well that that person's not fat, okay, but somebody gave them that perspective of feeling that way.
Right.
So here's a little joke. Actually, it's funny. There was a man and a woman, and the woman came down in these jeans, you know, and the man was like, "Oh, you look so beautiful, honey. I think you're beautiful. I love the way you look. You know, great." And the woman's like, "You sure I don't look fat in these?" And he's like, "No, no, sweetheart. I love the way you look in those. That's beautiful."
Yeah.
Well, okay. So now let's fast forward about 3 weeks. Okay. She's coming down. Every time she's coming down, she's like, "Are you sure I don't look fat? Are you sure I don't look fat?" He turns around and he says, "You know what? I never thought you did, but now that you keep telling me, now you're making me look.
Mm.
Now you're making me think about it twice." So be very careful. Our words are spells.
Got you.
Okay.
Love
Our
it.
words are boomerangs to the universe. If we say what we want, even if we say what we don't want, it comes back to us.
Mm.
So if I wake up in the morning and I say, "It's a beautiful day and I can't wait, universe, show me what you have for me,"
Yeah.
right? The rest of my day is going to be beautiful. Why? Because I've already put it into my mind. I've already put it into my mind.
Yeah.
And just like if you wake up and you're like, "Oh, I don't want to get up right now. Let's hit the snooze button. Let's go back to bed."
It's something I experience quite often
I'd
sometimes.
say me and you
Yeah.
both. When that happens, the rest of the day is like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay, how much longer until 4 o'clock? How much longer until bedtime? How much longer? You
No,
know?
facts.
And so you're never really appreciating anything. You're never really appreciating anything. So if you just appreciate everything, I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you have no money. I don't care if you're lonely. I don't care if you've just been rejected. I don't care if you just lost a job.
Mm.
If you appreciate everything that you have, God will grant you more.
Well said. I agree.
It's like being grateful. You ever have that family member who everything that you buy for that person is like, "Oh, I would have liked that color better," or, "Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I should," or, "Oh, like you have the receipt. I'm going to go ahead and take that back."
Yeah. Make you not want to buy their ass nothing ever again.
That's exactly right. And
Yeah.
see, that's how gratitude works. That's how gratitude works.
Well, you know, gratitude is a universal life principle.
Exactly.
So yeah.
That's what the universe is saying.
Yeah. You gotta
It's
be
like
grateful.
it's like that family member who doesn't
Yeah.
appreciate anything.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why should I give you anything if you don't appreciate what you already have?
Yeah.
The universe says the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can honestly say that when I started practicing more gratitude, life did get better. When you fixate on the negative, having a pessimistic mind frame, because um, I read in the book, they were talking, I forgot the author in particular, but they were saying that be careful with watch your thoughts, be a watchtower of your thoughts, because the thing about good and bad thoughts is that if you have these thoughts, they have the power to bring even more thoughts.
That's exactly right.
So be careful with letting that one thought in, because
Everything
it'll
is
bust the door
connected.
down, and then all these other thoughts coming down. Now you're in a, unfortunate emotional state, because your thoughts have an effect on your emotions. Now you're not feeling like yourself. You're feeling a certain type of way, and whatever you feel is going to reflect in your behavior.
Yep.
And then if you don't feel right, you're not going to behave right, and that's how we end up in unfortunate situations.
So there is a therapeutic intervention that I like to use,
Hmm.
and it's called REBT.
Okay, what's that stand for?
REBT is called Irrational Emotive Behavioral Therapy. And the reason why I like to use it so much is because it's like if you take a triangle,
Mhm.
okay, and at the top of the triangle, let's say you have your beliefs, your thoughts, right?
Hmm.
And then you come down, and on the side of the triangle, that's where you have like your idea of what is actually going through your mind at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like the thinking process, okay? But it actually turns into like behavior, your everyday behaviors.
Yeah.
Then what happens is you connect and everything gets connected. Okay. So you're connecting the entire triangle.
Hmm.
So the top, you have these thoughts that turn into beliefs, that turn into behaviors, that turn into actions. And it goes back and forth all the way around.
Hmm.
So why I'm saying this, why I'm explaining this is because let's say that have you ever had a bad breakup or a bad situation with somebody and maybe a song was playing or you had a song together,
Hmm.
right? Every time you would hear that song,
Remind you of that person.
and what do you think your feeling is going to be?
Roller coaster.
Right.
If you don't have them in perspective and compose.
Exactly. And so what happens is that song is going to create, because you have a belief in your head.
Hmm.
That song was your song with that person. But then what happens is that connects. And then it's a belief system of, okay, here we go again. Why did we break up? I'm not worthy. I'm not good. I was rejected. Whatever the case may have been,
Yeah.
because that's, of course, what we all think, right?
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
our fault. And then we then turn around and we have our behavior. And our behavior after hearing that song is probably going to not be a good behavior because we're sad.
Yeah.
So it creates our feelings all the way around. So the one thought can change everything,
Agree wholeheartedly.
which means if the one thought can change everything, what if we changed the actual thoughts to begin with?
Like that. All right. So, what's one emotional pattern you see most people struggling with, and what's the first step toward breaking it?
Uh, I would say not be gentle, not being gentle enough with yourself.
Hmm.
Um, I look at things a lot differently than most people. I'm very much compassionate and nurturing, empathetic, like we talked about. So when someone comes to me and they're like, man, I did this, I'm so stupid, I'm this, I'm that. Remember, words are power,
Powerful.
they're,
Yeah.
they're spells.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on, stop. Just stop a minute. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Oh, because I didn't do this the right way or I didn't do that the right way. And I'm like, okay, so what'd you learn from it?
Million
What'd you
dollar
learn from
question.
it?
Yeah.
Like, you'd be the first one here. You would be the first one if someone didn't do something or didn't get something or failed at something, okay? Remember, first step to succeeding.
Hmm.
You'd be the first one to help that person out and to tell them it's okay. Don't worry about it. You'll get it. We'll work on it, whatever, right? You'll be
Yeah.
the first person to do that. But what happens when you do that to yourself? When you get down on yourself?
I mean, if you're saying,
Are you gentle with yourself?
yeah, you know what? There's times where I'm not gentle with myself and I bash myself, and I realize that it puts me even in a more low vibration state.
Yep.
So being
So
gentle with yourself.
if
I like that.
anything, if there was anything that I'd like to get out to you right now and to everyone else who's listening is please be gentle with
Be gentle with
yourself.
yourself. I like that. Because sometimes in life, we can be very hard on ourselves.
Yes,
We all have been there. We all have faced that struggle. So I like that. And I definitely appreciate that, Colleen.
you're
All
welcome.
right. I says, how do you stay emotionally grounded when dealing with other people's pain every day? Because you being a healer, so people are telling you their pain, expressing to you their turmoil. How do you stay grounded with all that emotionally?
It used to be very difficult for me. In fact, it was funny. I did an internship and practicum working at a Baker Act unit,
Mhm.
and I had to get someone to sign off, my supervisor to sign off for me and stuff. And I remember her not signing off, and I was like, "Well, why? I'm doing everything right. Like
Mm.
I'm doing my hours. Everybody seems to like me. Like what's going on?" And she's like, you're taking it too hard. Like you're taking it too
Yeah.
much into yourself. Like you're
Yeah.
becoming the situation."
Mm.
And
Can't let it consume you.
I was doing that.
Mhm.
I was doing that. But what was interesting and what happened is from doing that, I was also helping the other people, right? Um, and the one thing that I could never get anyone to understand about me is I can help everybody and anybody
Yeah.
and not have it come back to me. And what I mean by that is whatever karma, whatever traumas, whatever they're dealing with,
Mhm.
because I can change it for them,
Mm.
because I can actually alchemize it just by giving them a different perspective. Just by helping them be gentle with themselves. Just by having them do that whiteboard, affirmation. But like I can help everyone. So because I do that, it's almost like whatever bounces off of me, like bounces back to
Yeah.
them.
Nah, for
And it's
sure.
just like, but when it comes to me, it's the pain, it's the sorrow, it's the darkness. And then I bounce it back to them in energy, light, and power.
Yeah.
And I love it.
That's a lot of pain to endure, though. Colleen.
That's
I mean,
the
people every
thing.
day giving you the pain, but you're an alchemist, you're the healer. You're competent to deal with it accordingly.
You know, when you've lost everything in your life, and I've lost everything in my life.
Mm.
I mean everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the black sheep of the family. My parents don't talk to me. My family don't talk to me. My own children. Like, I've lost everything. Been homeless in 2 years. Like, I mean, it's just been one thing after another after another.
Yeah.
Had to get rid of my dogs because I had no place to live.
Dogs.
But I made sure they found happy homes. And now they're living their best lives ever.
Yeah.
So God had a plan for them.
That's cool. That's cool.
But when you've lost everything, Mo, I got news for you. Nothing bothers you anymore
Mm.
because there's nothing else to lose. There's nothing to be attached to.
Yeah.
You know how powerful that is?
If you channel it
Dangerous that
appropriately.
is?
If you channel it appropriately. Because
Yes.
somebody can channel it in the wrong way and they can have the I don't give a damn attitude. And because of that, they're being a disturbance to the neighborhood out here, killing people and just being a menace. Because that's something I fear. If somebody who like at their breaking point where they just don't care, that's a dangerous person.
That's the alchemy, though. That's the alchemy.
Well, that's where you come in there and
Keeping that
derive them, keep them
pure heart.
okay. We
Give
need
them
that. Because
give
they can
them
easily
that
turn into a menace.
positive.
Easily.
I know.
Yeah. Nah, I like that though. That's true though. That's a fresh perspective. I like how you broke that down. All right. So if someone's listening right now feeling broken, what's the first thing you'll tell them to start doing today?
Praying,
Right? Okay.
honestly, praying.
But what does praying look like to you? Because there's different ways and fashions to pray. Is it?
It doesn't matter what it looks
Yeah.
like to me. It just matters that you're talking to source, whatever your source is,
Tapping in.
whoever
Tapping
it
into that
is.
power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's you to pray.
Yes.
And what do you believe praying does?
Oh, so praying in and of itself is alchemy,
Mhm.
to be honest with
So
you.
praying is a part of alchemy,
Praying is a part of alchemy.
part of
Our
solving the
tears,
problem.
our tears is like the word spoken to God, the word spoken to the universe, the word spoken. Yeah, that's how we communicate.
Got you.
So when you were at your very lowest, and everyone's been there, and I know I've been there a lot, and you've done nothing but cry in your pillow all alone, and no one was there for you, that's when God came to you.
Mm.
That's when you received whatever amazing gift and blessing that you were going to receive.
Yeah. I mean, they say we find God, our highest level of self, or we make that turning point when we're at our lowest, when
Every
absolutely
time.
everything is gone, we're almost at our breaking point. But at that breaking point, if we just remain steadfast on the other side of it, it's something phenomenal and substantial.
Yep,
No, I
that's
love that.
exactly it.
I love that. I love that, Colleen.
That's exactly it. You don't leave before the miracle happens.
I love that. I love that. In your opinion, what's the spiritual side of emotional intelligence? Now, you know I had to ask the emotional intelligence question because I'm an emotional intelligence expert.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
boy.
are.
But yeah,
Um,
how does that relate?
so I believe in neuro spirituality,
What's that?
and I'm very fascinated. I'm very, very fascinated with the brain, and with because I can see what the brain can do.
Mm,
It's incredible,
it's powerful now.
incredible.
That's what got us as the superior mammals on the planet Earth.
To not know
Brains.
the difference between the real and imaginary
Mm,
is extremely powerful. Because we can believe anything if we allow ourselves to truly let go and believe everything that we feel that we want, that we are or can be,
mhm.
we will become that thing. We will become that thing. A year ago, all I wanted to do was being on a podcast.
Right. So he basically saying you made this manifest
I
from
manifested you.
years back, manifesting Mo Nelson on the P.A.S.S. podcast.
That
All right, girl. I love that. No, I love that. I love that perspective. I love that, Colleen. I appreciate that. Okay, have a little fun. Now, before we had a little fun, I do want to ask you this because I always want to ask my guests on here, because this is the P.A.S.S. podcast. Give us a moment. You kind of already alluded to it, but I want you to be a little more intentional with it. Give us a moment to where you actually prevailed against self-sabotage, where you were indulging in self-sabotaging habits, you were in a slippery slope, but somehow, some way, you came out victorious. I want you to give us what that looked like for you.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
Transparent.
When we go into what's considered self-sabotage, that's not us. That's something that's been programmed in us. That's something that's subconscious in us.
Hmm.
And that's something that, our literally our inner children deal with. And that's why we feel it because
Hold on, when you say inner children, are you saying our offspring or that inner child within
no,
inside
I'm
self?
talking about the inner child in us.
Oh, okay.
And I say children because I believe we all have probably
Multiple
more than one.
personalities.
More than one. When we go through trauma as a child, we stop growing. A part of us stops growing.
Mm,
And so because of that reason, you could have a 3-year-old inside of you, you could have a 10-year-old, you could have a 15-year-old.
mm.
And what happens is because we chronologically are growing no matter what,
Right.
we don't have time to stop to see what happened. So we just keep growing and growing and growing and growing.
Right.
That's why that 3-year-old, that 10-year-old, that 15-year-old is still inside of you
Yeah.
because they're still looking for someone to help them.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do that actually by loving all versions of yourself, regardless of what you were going through when
Self-love.
it was happening. Okay. Like,
Mhm.
for instance, you being in prison. Okay. You go back and you love that version of yourself for who you were and whatever happened to get you there.
Mhm.
Because what happened to get you there, you think was something that you did. I got news for you. God planned it all out. He needed you in that prison. He needed you to be there to help those people.
Way to look at it.
So, I don't look at things the same way other people do because I know that our choices are not actually necessarily made by us. It's made by our subconscious. We're pre-programmed into making those choices.
I love that. I love that. All right, okay. All right, so let's have a little fun. Can we have a little fun?
Let's go.
All right, so if your life had a movie title, what would it be and who's playing it?
A movie title, huh?
Movie title. I mean, you experienced a lot of things. You went through a lot of roller coasters in life, ups and downs. So if you had a title,
So I've been saying about writing a book,
okay,
and the book is going to be called The Doghouse
okay,
because when I was growing up, my mom had an actual doghouse made,
mhm,
like one that you put on the wall.
yeah,
And for every person who was in the family had a little dog made with the name on them.
really,
So I had a little dog and, with my name, Colleen, my brother's name, my sister, so forth, so on.
yeah,
And if we were bad, we were put in the doghouse.
mm.
Our little puppy was put in the doghouse. Mo, I am still in the doghouse.
Oh,
Still in the doghouse.
still in the doghouse. But how though? Like within yourself, like are you putting yourself in the doghouse, or are you in a doghouse
No,
from an external
they
factor?
still have it on the wall. I'm
Oh, you still
still in the
you live okay. I
doghouse.
thought you was okay.
No,
I lost you for a
my
second.
daughter lives there. She tells me, "Mom, you're still in the doghouse."
Wow.
And this is from when I was a
Man,
child.
tell them to get you up out of that doghouse. It's been long enough. Get up.
I've even taken it out of myself when I've been there, and and I go back in, and it's funny, not funny, ironic funny,
Yeah.
okay? Because and the reason why I would name it this is because that shaped so much of who I believed in, what my worth was. You know, when you have something on the wall like that, and you're the only one out of 6 people that's ever in that thing,
Hmm.
that's ever in that doghouse, and everybody comes to visit. I have family who came, friends, everybody. I have friends to this day who'll go, "Colleen, you still in the doghouse?"
Make it joke. They got jokes.
Everyone got
Yeah,
jokes.
yeah, they got jokes.
That really did something to me.
Wow.
It really created this feeling of just not being good,
Gotcha.
not being good, not
Yeah.
being worthy. And that's really kind of what I carried into my life, feeling that way, knowing I had a good heart, knowing I had a pure heart,
Mm.
but always being in that doghouse no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's what led me into like these other relationships that I've had in my life because, I never felt good enough.
I honestly feel like, Colleen, I'm serious. You should tell your family member, wherever that doghouse is at, you should
It's
get
in
up
my
out of
mom's house
Yeah,
on the
tell moms to
wall.
get you out of there because, like we say, our subconscious. And by you still knowing that to this day, that can have an impact on the conscious of your present decisions. So I highly recommend just get rid of it. Mom, it's time to take me out of the doghouse. It was cute growing up. It served its purpose, but I'm not in the doghouse. You like
Um,
Snoopy.
it's like
You on top of the
Snoopy.
doghouse
Yeah,
with a lemonade.
exactly. Yeah, there you go with the lemonade.
So the title of the movie be called Doghouse.
Yes.
Oh, it's
But
okay.
let me say,
All right.
just because I think it's so important to, I think it's so important to actually be able to say that without having that environment growing up,
Mm-hmm.
I would not be the person I am today.
Well, definitely.
So I don't look at anything
I can relate.
as good or bad in my life. I just look at it as, what did I learn? What did I learn? And then how did I overcome that? Because that's what true alchemy is.
Yeah. Absorbing the wisdom,
It-
finding that silver lining in that dark cloud and channel it properly to benefit you in the future.
It's just a matter of having, I swear, if you have a pure heart and faith, you, everything else will be okay.
Mm. But you got to make sure you protect that pure heart, because remember, we have those energies that we spoke about.
There's the boundaries, and that's how
you
boundaries have to come in.
you got to come in, because you don't want nobody. They got what you call energy vampires. They'll suck that
Oh,
energy
they
up,
do.
or
They've been trying to dim my light for a very long time.
or they'll try to turn that good energy that dwells within inside self into negative, or not even negative, like we spoke about,
Right.
just counterproductive,
Well,
going against.
you know why though, right?
Talk to me. Tell us.
Because I'm just like you.
Hmm.
We're just alike. We're the light. We're the light. We're the ones that, we stayed pure of heart regardless of anything that happened to us.
So is it safe to say Mo the light?
So we're dangerous.
We dangerous?
Yeah.
You like that new name? Mo
I like the new
the
name.
light. Hey,
Mo
don't
the
Mo
light.
Mo the light.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know if that works for you.
Yeah, I got you. I appreciate that. So, we already
Motivating
asked that
light.
one. You already asked that one. Okay. So I want you right now to speak to my audience. I want you to look in that camera. And for anybody out there, male, female, anybody that's broken right now that's watching the past podcast, I want you to give them some inspiring words, encouragement, let them know how to heal, and where can they find you at if they need further assistance on that healing process. I don't know.
Well, first thing, like I said, please be gentle with yourself. Nothing happens if we're harsh with ourselves, because why would anything want to happen? In progress, you have to have nurturing and love, even for yourself. And also understand that whatever is happening right now at this moment is just a moment. It's just like if you're living in Florida right now and you're going to the Gulf and you ride the waves, right? In the Gulf. When you're riding the waves, you're not moving. You're not doing anything. You're floating, and you just float with the waves. So as the waves come, you float. As the waves go down, you float. You don't have to do anything. Just let it go by. Let it go by. Let the moment pass. Don't do anything. Don't react. Just feel it and allow it and let it go with no judgment and no blame. It's not your fault that people treat you in certain ways. And always remember to give love to yourself. That's not being selfish. I promise.
Thank you so much, Miss Colleen. Thank you for gracing us, being a part of the P.A.S.S podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All righty, family. That's it for today. Appreciate you for checking in with us again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to anybody you feel that this episode can be necessary to. Again, shout out to my sponsors, Project Icon, Saccharate Clothing. And remember, prevail against self-sabotage. You are your best friend, but you are also your own worst enemy. Till next time.
Yeah, I just wanna make it out for the times that we ain't have it.